Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
The Rock and Review is honored to have on Grammy award-winning entertainer, owner of Cabaret, and I believe he was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2019, the one and only Ray Stevens. Ray, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
You know, the last time I saw you, I was actually at your facility at the Cabaret for the Jerry Reed tribute event. But now you and I are talking about, you know, you're such the overachiever. Even at 82 years young, you've got 4 new albums rolling out this year.
Well, yeah, you know, I've made records all my life. That's all I know how to do. And so I just go in the studio and make records, and they've been stacking up. So I decided to release them all at one time. And each album has a title, and it's, you know, got a sort of a theme. But if you put them all 4 together, they turn into some sort of, I don't know, catalog or big package.
Yeah,
And,
which is coming out in June, right? Because, I mean, you're doing 1 per month, and you already started back in February with these great songs. I know some of your favorite songs, you know, over the years, but you yourself, Ray, I mean, you know, your list of songs, it's like, while I was getting ready for the show, I'm like humming Misty in my head.
Well, you know, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm calling this thing, when you put it all together, I'm calling it Iconic Songs of the 20th Century. And this will be the first volume. These 4 albums will be the first volume, volume 1, in other words. And the subtitle of the whole package is called The Soundtrack of Our Lives. And I'm doing another 4 albums. I'm in the middle of recording them right now to come out as volume 2 of Iconic Songs of the 20th Century. So I hope to cover every decade in the 20th century with, you know, there's some great songs, even back in 1910, you know, or 1901 through 1910, the first decade of the century. There are some great songs, and I'm looking forward to getting in the studio and making all this happen.
Well, you know, and I think it's so incredible, too. And obviously, you've helped so many artists over the years and written songs, you know, like when you started out in Georgia and then obviously, you know, made the leap to Atlanta and then to Nashville. It's like, you know, you've played with everybody, like even walking around your cabaret to me, and I've told so many people about this, Ray, to where I love the imagery on the walls of a lot of the greatest producers from here in Nashville. And I mean, and you were friends with Chet Atkins.
Well, yeah, you know, I sort of, in the Cabaret showroom, I sort of adopted a theme, how Music City, USA came to be. And I honor 6 producers that were so instrumental in making it happen. Chet Atkins, Owen Bradley, Shelby Singleton, Fred Foster, Jerry Kennedy, and Billy Sherrill. And there's a booth for each one of those. There's 6 leather booths in the corners going up on the levels of the where the audience sits. And I have murals on the walls, old black and white pictures that were taken over the years, and I've had somebody blow them up and put them on the walls, and it's really interesting. It's really kind of a walk through history, you might say, showing all the folks that were so important in making Nashville into Music City.
Well, you know, and the fun for me, obviously, and I've walked around it several times, I can't help myself. Every time I come to Cabaret, I want to go and look at these pictures and images, but I also love picking out people like yourself, like Jerry Reed, and so many people in the photos. And it's just, what a slice of history that you've brought to life on the walls.
Yeah, I was, you know, I like to walk through there myself. And I was walking through there. I had an excuse to walk through there yesterday. And I was looking at all the people that are not with us anymore. And I'm one of the few left. And I feel so lucky and to be able to still be here and talk about this. But a lot of people, younger folks, don't know who a lot of these people are. And if they want to get educated, just come to the Cabaret. We can supply them with a lot of history. in the
Well,
show.
as you and I know too, Ray, to where, Music City and Music Row were built on the shoulders of a lot of these producers and great artists and musicians such as yourself. And I think people need to know the history. And so I'm glad you're keeping that alive. And I was thinking also when I was getting ready to interview you today, to where I remember back when you had your TV show and you were using, your songs as the intro and outro. And now, we fast forward and you have Cabaret, and just an incredible facility here on the west side of Nashville, and I know as Nashville starts to open up again, you're definitely ready to start having people back in the building as well. And you've already been allowing some TV shows to be shot there.
Oh yeah, it's when it was built, it was the TV facilities were built in, and so we have lights, cameras, anything you want to shoot a television show. As a matter of fact, I do shoot a television show here. I hadn't shot any episodes lately because of COVID, but it's called Ray Stevens Cabaret Nashville, and it's still airing on PBS on Saturday nights. I think it's 6:30 here in Nashville. Who knows when they aired it in other cities, but it's a lot of fun doing the show, and I get to expose some of the folks that were so important in Nashville.
Just an amazing way to do it. And I love your TV show as well. And some people may not realize, Ray, that you are also a viral video sensation with some of the videos you were putting out. I think what you do so well, besides being an incredible musician and songwriter, is you're able to do it tongue in cheek and have fun with it, to where it's not meant to offend, just meant to have some fun and get some laughs, right?
Oh yeah. No, I don't want to offend anybody. Even if I don't like them, I don't want to offend them. Especially if I don't like them, I don't want to offend them. But we have a lot of fun and come up with some ideas that are a little strange. But every now and then, a lot of folks out there seem to like them. So, and I enjoy doing it. So I'm going to continue as long as I can.
Well, I was going to bring up too, with these new albums that you're releasing, one every month, right? And the music is just incredible on them. You did such a great job, and also in the song selection. But I think my favorite cover is the one, the Nouveau Refro, to where you're like old man time, and you're looking down at a baby. And to me, there's just such humor in that one.
And that's the baby picture is really me, and I'm holding a ball. I'm hoping the photographer back when I was, I don't know, 1 or something, had a prop for, kids to take their pictures. So he gave me this ball, and I'm holding this ball, and it's got animals on it. And just so happens in the middle of the ball is a camel. And after Ahab the Arab was a hit in 1962, I adopted a camel in a circle as my logo. And I didn't even think about that old picture of as a baby holding a ball with a camel in the middle of the.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah, it's really strange.
Well, as we were talking too, before we started the interview, Ray, you've got an incredible studio there, all part of Cabaret, and I didn't even know you had a recording studio in your own building.
Oh yeah, when I sold my property on Music Row and moved totally out here to the Cabaret. I had a studio there, and I've had a studio for years and years, and I just couldn't think of not having a studio available. And so I built a studio at the other end of the Cabaret showroom building. Well, I love what I do, just to be honest with you, and I'm going to do it as long as I feel like it. So.
Congratulations on the 4 brand new albums, dropping 1 a month. And then you've got the entire Icons of the 20th Century package coming out in June. I'm looking forward to coming back to Cabaret and seeing you perform live again soon.
Looking forward to having you, Eric.
To find out everything that Ray Stevens has going, including his 4 great new albums, Cabaret, more new music coming, did I mention viral videos? Just go to his website, look up Ray Stevens, and you're going to find all this great content. And you definitely want to follow the man because more stuff's coming. And I just hope you keep turning out the incredible music and the great shows at Cabaret also. Ray Stevens, thank you for joining the Rock Interview.
Thank you.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.